Okay, Hatboro-Horsham students, please grab this little sheet here, which you should have for all the videos that come through, because I'm going to be relating to this, and you can easily validate anything that I say, and also have this stuff start to sink in, which eventually will have to come to the conclusion that it's just simply counting. That's all you're doing. This is a matrix that you can see goes down with the keys this way and across with the notes of the chromatic scale, which means the scale with represents every note until the note that you start on repeats, and it's just simply the same notes that will appear in boxes that go on a diagonal. That indicates that we're just making one note jumps at a time for everything that occurs on this matrix, and it's pretty repetitive, and if you don't have the fear that the two words music theory seems to inspire in people, if you don't have that in and just get by and just say, well, this is really not that hard, you'll take a leap forward and never have problems with it again. So what I'm going to show here is just the song that we worked the last night of class, and three little moves that in what's called sixth, and the sixth means that if we start at a note here in column 1 and go over to where there's in the upper row here, there's a Roman numeral 6, it means that those will be the two notes of these little two-note groupings that we play that are played together. And so I'm going to show them to you first and then go over a little about how I located these notes and how you should be able to locate the notes. And that's it. You'll have it. So we're going to play the three notes or three chords that we play in this song, as you recall, is an A chord, a D chord, and an E chord in the key of D, or excuse me, in the key of A. And in the key of A, the root right here will be an A, and we're going to make it a sixth that works in the key of A. We find the note A, which if you memorize string 6, you also get string 1. They're both the same in standard tuning, and we're just going to form this formation, form a formation. So you're going to have your index finger at string 1, fret 5, and then you put your your middle finger on string 3, 2 up from string 1, on string 3 at fret 6. So in essence, you're making this formation, which we're going to call a minor sixth, because that's what it's called, and it should be a terrifying term. Right? So that means this formation, if I say minor sixth, it means that you have your index finger on string 1 and your middle finger on string 3, 1 fret behind where your index finger is. That's the first formation. The second formation is called a major sixth, and you're going to put your ring finger on the note on string 1, whatever note it is. It's just a formation that you can move, same as the minor sixth, anywhere that you want. So if I put my ring finger at, for instance, string 1, fret 7, you have a dot there, and put my middle finger on the very same fret, fret 7, but on string 3, and play those two notes together, you have what's called a major sixth at that point. So there's two formations: major with the middle finger 1 fret behind, and minor, or excuse me, I said major, I mean minor, the minor formation, with your on string 1, that fret, you're going to be 1 fret behind the fret that your index finger is on string 1. Minor and major, 6, both sixth. And this song just uses this little, very standard in rock and blues and folk move that you use a minor sixth here, index finger string 1, that's an A note, and middle finger at string 3, 1 fret behind it, which is fret 6 in this case, and you come down and play on fret 7 a major 6th, and then that same major fret, you just slide it down or form it there without the slide, however you want to play it, and you're going to make that same formation at fret 8 and then finish on fret 9. So you have, that's minor 6th, major 6th, major 6th, major 6th, ending up on fret 9. I can play this forward, and I can play it backward. It's the same, we're going to do the very same thing, but for a D chord, we're going to start on the D chord at string 2, fret 3. How did we find that? We'll get to that. Hopefully you know that this is a D chord, and string 2, fret 3 is a D note. There's several ways to validate that and several ways to locate that. And we're going to make that very same, we're going to do the very same thing that we did for this A chord, we're going to do for the D chord here, which is now we're going to work on string 2 and string 4, just moved up a set of strings, and you're going to put your index at string 2, fret 3 on the D note, and then you're going to put your middle finger on string 4, fret 4 at the F sharp. And you play those two together, and then come down, that's at fret 3 with your index, fret 4 with your middle finger, and move down to the major 6th formation, same thing that you did for the A chord. 1 fret, advance that 1 fret, and then advance that 1 more fret, and you have, now hopefully you hear that musically they're the very same thing, they're just with different notes, but they sound the same. For a D chord, excuse me, goes together with that, just as that same formation works for the A chord. And then when you have the E chord, we're going to find the E note at string 2, fret 5. How do you know that's an E note? Well, you know, string 2 open is B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. And I have that very same formation that we just did for the A and for the D. I'm now doing it for the E with a minor 6th formation starting at string 2, fret 5, and with my index finger, and string 4, fret 6, 1 fret beyond it, that's the major or the minor formation. And we're going to go the very same move, the very same distances traveled for each, just on different strings and with different starting points and different ending points. And so when you have a D chord in this song, when it goes to a D chord, it will start up at this D, and then when it goes to an A chord, it goes to that, and when it goes to an E chord, it goes to, just varying on the 3 different similar shapes that I showed you, the same formation, the same move, just at 3 different starting points. A, string 1, fret 5 for the A chord, and string 2, fret 3 for the D chord with this minor 6th, major 6th, major 6th, same as we're doing for all of these. And then when you come down to the E chord, the very same thing, or string 2, fret 5, that's an E note, and you do the very same thing. And so that song just goes, you'll remember, it goes like that, and then then we go to an A seventh, and then to a D. See, and that's where that would come in. And that's for the A chord, but that comes in. And then when it goes to an E chord, it goes, and then back to the A. I just played it backwards then. So that's how that works in that song. It'd be a second guitar, another guitar, but when you all get together, particularly our husband and wife team, they can, one play this that we've been playing, and that's where I'm just hitting the sixth. See how that sixth comes into play here, and so a bit on nomenclature. When you have sixth, you count from whatever the lowest note is. The lowest means the highest geographically on the guitar, right? So in this instance where I said this is a minor sixth, for you more advanced students, you know that this actually mimics an A chord played down here at the 5th fret. I'm just picking out one little part of that A chord, which is the note, the C sharp on string 3, fret 6, and the A at string 1, fret 5. So when I'm playing that, I'm going from a C sharp to an E, C sharp and E. If you go to C sharp down here on column 1, go to the C sharp and go over here under the 6th column, you'll see that that 6th column is an A note. If you're going to go to here, the C, if I made that same formation here, and I'm saying the 6th, that's a minor 6th. The A would be an A flat or either an A flat or a G sharp. We've been calling it a G sharp, so it's actually an A flat, but we'll get to that. If I make this same formation, I have my ring finger now at string 1, fret 3, or fret 5, and I make this what I'm calling a major formation here. You'll say, well, that doesn't look like the A, what's in the A major chord. But we're not considering the A major chord at this point. We're considering a C. I'm starting from a C at string 3, fret 5. That's a C note. And I'm coming down to A. And when you go to C here, underneath there, you will see an A. And that A is the 6th of a scale of C. And why does that work this way? Well, it works on this formation, this A type of formation. This is for the more advanced people. It works for this formation that we're just sliding strings 2, 3, and 4 at fret 2. You slide that formation A, B flat, B, C. So I get down here, I have a C, string 3, fret 5 is the root note of that or the tonic tone of that now a C chord. And down here at string 1, fret 5 is an A note, which is the 6th of the C scale. So the people that have been around for a while and had some of this think of it in those terms. I know it gets confusing to people when you say, well, this is the minor 6th, and you're visualizing this chord and saying, well, that looks like the major. But the root of a C chord on string 3, for instance, using the C chord as an example, if that's the root and I make this formation, which I'm saying is a major formation, you'll see it is the major scale of C, and A is the 6th in that. So that's just something that you can practice. This appears in a lot. I won't go through the whole thing, but you recognize that as Brown Eyed Girl, Bob Dylan had, I think it's Rainy Day Women. And he's playing that, he's just playing it. And that's the same move. And it appears a lot. You hear it in Peace Train and ever so many songs that it's just a little flourish that a second guitar usually adds. So there you have it. Give that a try. That should be something that the beginning guitarist can certainly conquer and do. You're just playing on 2 strings, and I'm telling you just to pluck it with your 2 fingers, because that'll get you starting to get accustomed a little to finger picking, and all in all, it's a big win for you when you can do it. Okay, and I'll see you guys at the next class.